I've already put down 10 wraps of lead wire on the hook here. 25. On this one, I put some epoxy down over it, and I really don't like that. I tried that on my first one and didn't like it, and I decided to try again, and I still don't like it. It's too slick. Looks nasty. Not that you'll ever see it again anyways, but got white Supreme hair. Not that much. Maybe a little more. I'm going to fold it over so it's going to get thicker. Taper the ends a little bit. Kind of get an idea how long you want it. I don't think you want this first layer very long. Because each subsequent layer you put down on top of this is just going to get shorter and shorter just because you're getting further away from the tail of the fly. I think I tapered my material too much. We can trim that. Put it in as far back as you can without it going down the bend of the hook. You don't want it pushing down, following that contour of the bend. You kind of want it to stay straight with the straight portion of the hook. Fold it over, wrap on top. Make sure we're all on top of the hook. Actually started a little bit too far back. I forgot. You have to leave this thread hump here pretty long to make room for all the flashes has to go on it. So it actually went a little too far back on the bend of the hook. Probably fix that by throwing a thread around the back of it. This portion right here where all your thread is, it's important to keep that building up. Instead of advancing your thread and trying to smooth that transition out, you want that hump there, I think. I like to put a little glue on it. I think it makes working with the Flashaboo that I'm fixing to put on easier. Just using regular Flashaboo on this one. I bought some Magnum, but I'm going to try it out for the first time on video. So I'll just keep with this. I don't know how many strands that is. A good bit. Place it on there about the same length as your Supreme hair. Just a little longer if you want. Make a flash tail. Suppose on this step, if you wanted, you could just veil it all around. The way I've been doing it is tying the Flashabou all up on top. And then I come back in with some lateral scale on the sides. I think it gives a little more depth. Wrap all that back over. I think on the bottom I want to go with a little narrower flash than that big lateral scale. You don't need a whole lot either. Even it up with the tail. Looks like I went with way too much of that white Supreme hair. So as you can see, I'm putting everything on this step on top of each other, making a big ugly thread bump. Come down off of it. Don't put too much of a thread dam in front of that because we want that to stay a little cliff there. So this is how every step of this fly goes. You put down a layer of Supreme hair, then you put down flash on top, and then flank the sides with flash. Looks like I got a little more flash on my side than on your side, but I think that'll be all right. If I was taking my time, I would have measured better. Try to make a video here. So your next step will be just like that. Move to a different color of Supreme hair. The fly I've been tying, I've been using chartreuse for the next layer. primarily because I'm not very creative, and it looks like what somebody else did, so it looks pretty good. So with each new layer you're putting on, since you're going forward, it's going to be harder to keep the profile on the back. So this portion here, is going to be progressively shorter. But this is the part where I think this is important. If you would have made a ramp there, this would have just laid kind of flat on top. But since we got a bump there, I probably could have even attempted to make that bump even higher. When I put on my next layer of material, it's going to build the profile of the head better than as if I were to have made a nice transition there. And with each one as you go, it just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. First flat I tied, I didn't know that, and I didn't have much of a head profile when I got done. So come forward a pretty good ways here, again, because you want to leave room for all that flash to go on top. If you try to make it nice and neat and small, you're not going to have that. Wrap that back over the top, lock it down. If I wasn't videoing, I'd be doing a better job of twisting my thread, but I'm gonna run out of space on my phone any minute now. So just like that, now it's ready to put down your next layer of flash. Flash a bill on top or whatever you want to put on there, really. Doesn't matter. All kinds of different flash. And then I like another color on the side. Going to switch here shortly, if not in this step, to this larger lateral scale. I think it looks pretty cool. And then just transition. I'll put at least one more stack of chartreuse on it. And then I'm trying to squeeze in a stack of green on top of that. And then I finish with this blue. I'm also looking at this smoke color that I've been wanting to try for the top, but I haven't tried it yet. So that should get you there.